Hey guys, it's Emily again, and I want to get back into the swing of making videos. A lot of things have changed throughout the past couple months, and I honestly did not have time to make anything, to film, to go to class. Like, I had so much going on for the month of November and December, but I do want to say happy 2015, and I'm excited for what the next year is going to bring, but I wanted to talk a little bit about 2014 and the different things that have come into my life. As you guys know, I attend college, and I love it. I talk about how much I love my school all the time, and it's been pretty amazing. Like, I've gained so many good friends. I have had awesome roommates. I've had crappy roommates. I've had some ups and downs as far as like family stuff. I've attended a couple funerals this year. I've been to a lot of birthday celebrations. I've just been all over the board. But the one thing that I think that stays consistent is the people you're around. Yeah, people change, and I'm not trying to say that people are consistent, but you are consistently around people. And the people that you surround yourself with, it's an important aspect of your life. Like, those people make or break your experience wherever you go. I know people that have had awful home lives, and they go off to college, and they're like, college is my family. And I love my family there. But then at the same time, there's people like me that have awesome home lives, and then we go off to college, and it's a mixed bag, or we love it, or we hate it. So I think when you are off at school or when you are at home and you're having all these different experiences, hearing about other people's lives, like, just remember that not everyone's in the same shoes as you are, and not everyone has the exact same experiences. And I think we all know that, but I think it's a good thing to remind yourself with. If someone's having a crappy time, sometimes it's not their fault. A lot of the times it is, because we make choices on our happiness, but the people we surround ourselves have a huge effect on us. But yeah, so I've been up at school, and then I came home for the summer, and I stayed home for a little while, and I had a lot of fun with my family. We went out to Arizona, and we just had a lot of bonding time, and then I went back up to school in September, and it was just a blast. This last semester has been amazing. So I started a new job, and we created something literally out of nothing, and it was a huge hit, and it hit in October. So October was a crazy month. While I'm taking 13 credits, I was working 20 hours a week, sometimes even 25, but not counting it, just because I couldn't go over 20. And then at the same time, I was balancing a social life and my schooling and just a whole bunch of other stuff. So then that happened, and then I had kind of like a lull in what I was doing, so I was able to focus on school, which was great. And then November hit, and November was crazy. I got an offer to go on this trip to the baseball winter meetings, and it was amazing. Like, I don't know, I had an awesome opportunity. So I went to the baseball winter meetings in November, but before that I flew home for an emergency, a family emergency, and I came home for a funeral, and it was good just to be around family, not have to worry about school, but to be with them and to kind of recenter myself. School and work sometimes gets distracting, but I realized a lot more what's important to me, at least, and that's definitely family and the future family that I want to have. So that was a big deal for me. It was a big breakthrough, I think, and I think I appreciated more what my parents did for me growing up, and it made me love them a whole lot more. And then so then that was a week before Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving hit, so I had a little bit of a breather so I could pick up on school and do all that kind of stuff. And then that next week, I left for the baseball winter meetings, and it was amazing. It was so cool. I interviewed with a whole bunch of different teams, and I ended up getting a couple offers, and now I'm doing my internship with a minor league baseball team, and I am just over the moon. I'm so excited. I got the offer right then and there in San Diego, and I signed for it, and I sent in my application, well, my contract that next week while I was at work at my other job. But then I flew back and I had about a week to get everything prepared, and then I came home for Christmas. So I know that's kind of like give or take the month that I had, but it was kind of insane having to go from coming home to going back to Rexburg to going to San Diego to going back to Rexburg to getting everything ready to move out back to California. It was kind of insane, but it was pretty amazing. I think the biggest thing that keeps happening to me is that the more that I'm working hard, the bigger opportunities come to me, and the more people I meet, the more connections I make, and the better my life is going. I think people are one of our greatest assets, not to make them seem like things, because they are people, but they are some of our greatest assets. The people that you know and the friends that you make, they give you different perspectives, they give you different opportunities. Like, every person that you meet has something special in store for you, and you get out of a friendship what you put into it. I sat down with a lady at the baseball winter meetings, and I just was able to ask her all these questions about women's role in baseball and just how different it is for us, and how the industry is kind of being shaped by having women come into it. And we had just a really nice conversation. We email back and forth quite a bit whenever I have questions, but it's amazing how that gave me a different perspective that I hadn't even thought of before. And then I was able to talk to her about management positions and different things. And that was just from meeting somebody and putting in an application to a different job that I didn't end up getting, but I feel like I gained more than just a job experience. I gained a friend, and I gained someone I could trust, and I gained answers to questions that I didn't even know that I had. There was another time that I sat down with one of the guys that makes like the championship rings, and I learned about like the intricacy and the camaraderie that's in baseball, and just the knowing people gets you everywhere in baseball. Like, it depends on who you know, and I think a lot more industries are like that than we really think. So I learned a lot from him, and then at the same time, like, the other students that were there, I learned a lot from them, and the different experiences they were having, the different interviews. Like, we were just able to compare notes. And I think that's one thing in life, is that you kind of have to compare notes with people to get yourself through. But from that, I think the biggest thing that I did learn is that I was doing what I was supposed to, and I had my resume in line, and it helped me substantially. I made calls before I even went, and that helped me substantially because people knew my name. I presented myself with professionalism, and I was able to talk to them with confidence and drive and be able to show my personality, and it stuck and it helped. And it gave me a different experience than I feel like a lot of other people did. But anyway, so that's just a little bit about how 2014 has been. Is I've learned a lot, and I think in this next year I want to document that quite a bit more, and I want people to know kind of what I'm learning and to share what I'm learning, because I feel like you learn a lot on YouTube, but there's not a whole lot just simple life lessons that you can learn from it. You can learn how to do a smoky eye, and you can learn a different thing to unlock in a game, but I don't know that that super applies to your everyday life and to going out into the world and being the person that you want to be. I'm not trying to be a life coach, but I'm trying to share my experiences so that 2015 affects a lot more people. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fabulous year. I hope 2014 was all I hope you'd be, and if it wasn't, make it better. 2015 is right around the corner, and I hope you guys have a fantastic year. Bye.